Guys, welcome back to Bandit Souls Cryptic Gaming here. We are playing Star Trek Online, and let me tell you, the server is hopping tonight. We have got ships everywhere over here at the Federation side. So what we're going to be doing here, I want to make sure our live stream is actually running live over here on YouTube. But we're going to be looking at the reputation. This opens up at rank Rear Admiral, which starts at 54-55. Okay, so that's what you're going to want to do, or I'm sorry, Vice Admiral. You'll go into Rear Admiral, then you'll go into Vice Admiral, at which point the reputation is going to be available. But get us a thumbnail throwed up on this stream for everyone real quick so we can get everybody to come and give us a look. This is one of my favorite games. It has been for so many years, man. It's got everything that you could want. Great space battles. It's got some pretty good ground battles in it, too. I'm more partial to the space battles personally, but everyone has their preference in games. So, what does reputation look like? How do we access it? You're going to go to skills. You're going to go to this tab that says reputation here. And as you can see, we've already begun the Discovery Legends. So I've been running TFOs on this. And once you hit that rank 55, I would stop on your story mode because it's going to be far more enjoyable if you go in over the ship that's actually prepared and you go in over some of this in-game equipment you're going to be able to earn. As you run a TFO, you're going to earn different types of points. Okay, you're going to earn these marks. So right now, I am doing continued Discovery Legendary Expedition. This is an hourly mission, and what this does is this will bring our tier up. Then we're going to have to contribute. So that's why I say make sure you're getting that dilithium and your expertise and things like that up because it's going to cost you. But there are different tiers here, and within this tier, you want to find. Once you unlock it, you're going to get some new gear here. You're going to be able to get a passive ability here. You're going to get a defensive engineering console, projectile tactical console, and then you can get your dark matter armed torpedoes. You can get the space set for Lorca's Ambition. That will be for the torpedo launcher. Now, to complete Lorca's Ambition, there's three or four pieces to that. So you got to get all the way up to tier 6. So that is what I'm working on right now as I am getting the expedition support and the dailies done. And once we start to bounce through these, coming up in the tiers, it'll be at the end of 6. You're going to get all this extra stuff. New captain abilities, new weapons, new shields, new covariant shields. I mean, there's so many different aspects in here. So this is what I'm working on first, Discovery Legend. But understand you can work on more than just one if you then start backing this by running not just the TFOs, but running patrols. We're going to show you that tonight, how to get that dilithium. That is going to be the biggest demand for you is dilithium, trying to keep this stuff running. So you can get up to 8,000 refined dilithium per day. So you need to be earning at least that to refine that because that's what's required in this. And then you're going to want to also make sure that you got up to be able to buy the gear that you're going to open up in the stores. So while this one here is great, I enjoy it. There is another one that is the new Kara. You get shattering harmonics. You're going to get dual refracting tetryon beams. You get a lattice effect and all kinds of stuff. So that's going to be one I definitely want as well. So those are my two favorites. I recommend opening them all. So if you open Romulans, then one of the best things you can do in the Romulans is open this up because you're going to be able to buy these little unlocks. It's going to make it so you can call in Romulan fighters and things like that in battleships. So you can get those. They have, 8472. They have the Delta Alliance and the Iconium Resistance. I like the Iconium Resistance armor for the actual captain the best. The armor, the weapons, and even the shielding, man, is just fantastic. So you're getting something for the end game for everything. Temporal defense is going to be open up consoles that are going to give you chronoton effects where you can send out big gravitational waves, tornadoes, space fired up looking tornadoes. It look like a tornado of fire moving through space or more of a hurricane type of a cyclone type deal, but pretty awesome. But you've just got so much stuff to work on here in the end game. This doesn't even include all of the end game that you're going to grind out later in the mission. So how do you get started? Maybe you're not ranked 50 and don't have reputation up yet, 55, and you don't have that reputation gear set up. That doesn't mean you can't run TFOs. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to come in here and it's going to be PvE, Task Force Operations. That's going to give you those points. But You can also run patrols. I do recommend you wait until you are in at least tier 5 ship for these. So if you look here, you're going to see where they pay out. This is going to give you some R&D type stuff. Looks like it's going to give you a choice of fleet marks, Romulus marks, Omegas, new car, all of the different type marks. You're going to get those chances to choose from that. Then it's also going to give you some specialization points or experience points that you're going to get. You're going to get expertise. You get 500 dilithium ore. So you can run these, and these refresh hourly. You're going to be able to run through these and get all this stuff. What you want to watch for, though, until you reach rank 65 with in-game weapon, don't throw it in hard. Run it in normal. Yes, you're going to get 250 more dilithium if you're able to muster through to complete that ship or that mission. Your ship's just not going to hold up at a low rank. So make sure that you're in at least a tier 5 ship and at least around rank 50 before you start jumping into these. So we ran the Jupiter Gauntlet in normal yesterday with the ship we're currently using, and we were able to complete it. But man, you talk about it, it was a rough go. Now I went over onto my other account, it's over on Xbox, where I have buku of all the in-game stuff. Anything you can open the game for console is open on that character over on my Xbox consoles, and that's where I'm trying to get at with this. So I want to make sure that you're understanding when you come in. Say, hey guys, what is the best weapon to use? What I'm going to recommend you do is just like we do in any other game when it comes to this stuff. See what your fighting style is. I know for me, I look at more of the effects that this stuff is given. Let's go back over here. The effects this stuff gives. So unfortunately, it's not going to show too many pictures, but we can show you the mycelial lightning. I believe they may have a little picture of it. So that's going to be in Tilly's Ingenuity, and then of course when you have Lorca's Ambition, there's going to be another type of a effect to the weapons that you're going to get. But until we open that, I don't know if it's going to show us, but we'll see if we can look on here. Yeah, it's called Space Set, Stamets, and Tilly's Ingenuity. That is a absolute must, because any weapon set you use is going to have the ability to send that mycelial lightning along with the weapon that's been fired. When it comes to what style of weapons I use, I do go into the Nucara Strike Force, and that's the weapons that I use as well. You're going to be able to get a lot of anti-proton stuff, Tetron damage, and stuff like that in it by running this tier. And we could probably actually run some of this right now. So we're going to send this. Okay, so we got to get new car marks, which will be 30, so we'll pick some up on the next match. You can fund all, or you can fund them individually. The way you would do that is when you have it selected, you would hit triangle to fund all. Make sure you got all the funds, so, or make sure you're ready to fund all, because you don't want to spend your dilithium on something that's, you're just basically wasting your cash on. So let us jump into, let me show you how to do a TFO first. The easiest way is you can come in, and we've been working on this all day too. The easiest way to do this, you're going to come in here and you're going to go to Join Random TFO. Now, if you were doing more of a specific path, you would come in and you would want to make sure that anything you ran is for Nucara fleet marks. Say, okay, I want to make sure that I have enough fleet marks to open this in conjunction with it. I can't right now. I need to focus on one specific path because I don't have a lot of dilithium coming in yet because we are a new player. But you would check each one of these if you just want space. If you want land missions, you can come in and you can filter that in here. I've got everything filtered just space missions. But you can do ground as well, or you can do it all, and it'll show what it is. I would make sure that you only use it on difficulty 1 until you reach in-game 65 rank. Then you can move it up into your harder mode. And then, of course, you have your extremely hard mode here as well. So that's going to be a good option for you. But that is the basis of the system here for running Reputation that you're going to come in and find. Right now, I am focusing on Discovery Marks. So there's a bunch of stuff to do in here, and you can run Mycelial Realm, Pavo Dissension. It doesn't matter what you want to do. My favorite mission in this line is, of course, Battle at Binary Stars, but all of them are great. So I'll select all those space-based missions there. We can even collect the ground ones too, just to get those points. So then what you're going to do, so okay, you're joined up on all that. So what do? Well, you can sit here and just wait, or you can come into your missions, go to patrol, and let's find one here. Rescue crew of a damaged ship attacked by a hostile. Let's go ahead and launch that. And we'll be running this mission when that task force is doing its tally, trying to find a spot for us to join up with people running those. And it may be right in the middle of the mission, your patrol, and you have to cut out a patrol to join that TFO. Don't worry about it because you're still earning specialization points and other types of equipment in there. In the meantime, you're not going to get a failure on it, and you can always go back in and complete it later if you want to. But I will put the TFO as a priority, at least as long as I have enough dilithium. Like right now, we're pretty much broke on dilithium. So what do I need to do? I need to be focusing on running for dilithium, which is going to be best found running these patrols. But I went ahead and loaded that stuff up just so you can see it. Now, if you decide, you know what, I want to just run.
This is Cooperative Cube 1138. We are here to help.
If you come in and say, you know what, I don't feel like running a TFO. I'd rather just focus on getting my dilithium up, hit leave current server or match up. You don't have to worry about throwing over. And we can just come in and focus on this TFO here, or patrol. And every patrol you're going to run in this game is just fantastic. So tonight I am going to be running patrols and TFOs to show you how to open those reputation gears. Now I understand reputation ain't going to open in a day, but the sooner you can start that, which is it's like rank 55, the sooner you get in and start grinding out reputation, the better you're going to be in getting into that in-game PvP and stuff that's in there, guys. So you're just going to fight off some ships in this one, launch some probes, and they'll have different style. They have some that are ground missions. They have some that are in space as well. So you can kind of pick and choose. You're going to get points for both. I do recommend you try to do both, even if you don't like doing the ground missions. Yeah, you got to keep an eye on them shields. freaking anti-proton beam got me. It's all good, man. I'm surprised I haven't died more than that because, like I said, until you start opening in-game shields, these things can be rough. But you can get to them. Just keep plugging at it. And it's always worth it, guys. Always remember that.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. We'll make our way to a base to complete repairs.
That's the last time I'll try to lend a hand to a stranger in space. Hey, he about caught me in that anchor. It's still pulling at me. Go, baby. There you go. Jeez. Freaking Bastion creatures, man. But you can run these with team members. Now, when you're running the single-player missions, one of the things that I have noticed, we tried to do some of that earlier yesterday morning, and one of the things is there are some of those missions you have to run solo. So if you're trying to join your friends and you can't get in there, understand some of those missions will say it has to be ran solo, so that's why. But these can be ran with up to 4 friends, 5 people in a fleet, so that's a great way to do things. And looking forward to it. So we got some more guys that are coming over into the game. They're getting it downloaded tonight. So it'll be a little bit. We'll try to come back and help with some of the levels to get leveled up. But they definitely want to make sure you're around level 50. Of course, the smaller ships are a little more easy to deal with. Looks like there's another group coming in. Asteroids bringing him with them shields up. It's just hard to use those big cruisers and battleships like a fighter, man, in here. I mean, I know that's not what they're designed to do, but that's why I typically stick with the Raptor or the Raider class, depending if you're Klingon or Federation. It's Raider here, Raptor up there. Great ships. Not as much hold on them. They don't have as much weapon space, but you do get that extra ability. It's basically an 8th weapon. It's just called an experimental weapon, so it does take that out. But the end game does have different type of experimental weapons to put in those slots, so definitely worth getting. Okay, time to go back in. Got to take out the Bastion. Keep the main right here. course, when you add basic maneuvers to the ship, man, you talk about just a whole new level of fighting there. Grab this.
Thank you for your timely assistance. The Cooperative appreciates your efforts.
Sure. So that's one thing. If you've joined the Federation and you're coming in, guys, when it talks about alien species, they have one called Liberated Borg, where used to be a Borg attached to the hive. Now you're Liberated Borg, but you can keep as many or as few prostheses as you want, which is pretty cool when you start opening up in, I think it's the Omega. I have to go in and double check what mission that's in, or which reputation that's in. You start getting Borg prosthetic arms and eyepieces and stuff that you can actually put on your Borg character. So building a custom Borg. So that's a pretty cool way to do things. And let me tell you, when it comes to ground missions and stuff, those are some of the best characters you can do. A lot of them have great abilities within your ship as well. So it's something to think about. I wanted to go with Andorians. I just always thought they was a cool species, and had just finished watching Star Trek Enterprise, the series, and I just wanted to give me an Andorian species, domestic Vulcan for the I got to get out of that. That was a nasty crossfire right there. I forgot how long this patrol was, man. We're almost through it, but talk about freaking awesome. If you like the space battles, man, this is where it's at.
Our thanks. Were it not for you and your crew, none of us would have survived.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Sweet. So we're going to park the system, then we'll claim our chest there. But remember, you'll be getting those reputation marks in here as well, and it typically lets you choose what type of mark you want to grab. So that's a little more character specific if you want to run those. So it's not like you're not getting any more of your fleet marks or your marks that you want to run. So we'll hit choose reward, and we'll go with discovery marks. Then check our inventory. We should have a crate here. Yep. So we are running those discovery things over there in the reputation. So this is gear that we get out of it, and you will get blue gear, you'll get purple gear. I think we got a tactical console out of it earlier. So definitely keep up with your gear, see what you're opening up. So this is PAX Tribarium alloy. This is pretty great stuff to put on your ship, so we're going to be putting that over on our engineering tabs. Then, of course, we've got some new Tetrion turrets that are 180-degree targeting arc, 555 Tetrion damage. Great weapon to have. We'll probably end up using that. We'll check it against our others. And again, another type of a Tiberium hull armor. Mark 7, I believe. What is this? This is the PAX. So we should be able to put both those on because they are not the same. So let's go over here to our ship. We'll go over to engineering. Projector assembly module. This is going to make our ship a little tougher. It's Tiberium hull plating, so we're going to put the other one on here. Then this here, Starship Energy Weapon Training, improves energy weapon damage. It's pretty good stuff, but we want to look and see what our ship is here, so we can throw this other hole on there as well. We'll keep that extra mod later, but you will eventually get rid of, if you buy a ship, you're going to get these different types of modules that go with it, consoles and stuff. They're good to begin with, but you're going to get a lot better stuff running this gear. So this is going to really amp up our hull, so we're not going to take as much hull damage. So that's great. In science, we'll be able to get into more shields and stuff as well as we go. So that's kind of what I've been working on here. So we had the Valium shield generator, which is going to give 20% more to maximum shielding. Then the PAX field generator gave us another 20% as well. We will eventually replace the power insulator once we open up something to be able to increase our shields again. And then, of course, your tactical stations down here, once you start getting, these are rank 12s. So what you're going to do next, you can get it to rank 15. You will have equipment upgrades that you can earn running different events. If you want to know what events I've talked about, once you hit rank 50, you are now eligible for any of the events that are taking place. So there's a red alert mission taking place. It's till the 23rd of May. It looks like it has to be beat 10 times. It is the 9th. So we've definitely got time to be able to earn this. And what are we going to earn through it? Typically, you're going to get an experimental ship upgrade token, so that'll be great to have. Ultimate tech upgrade, that's going to bring a piece of equipment to its maximum upgrade potential, means it will be a Mark 15 of epic gold quality. And you would put that on your items. And then you get a specialization point too. So I'm going to have to run this. You can only run it once per day, so we've got to run it the next 10 days. We're going to have to run it around the same time. As long as you get it 10 times, you want to see your total progress. So how do you run this? Well, you're going to come in, you want to see what you want. You got Borg, Tholen, Ilachi, and Nukul, and this Geth. Now, I've ran this a lot. The Red Alert Borg goes a lot faster, way faster. So we're going to join up into that real quick. That has put us into a task operation for the event. When that loads up, we'll jump straight over into it. Again, that's under events, event campaign, or red alert. You can go to either or and just tab. Okay, so most people run the Borg. It's quicker to join into. It looks like we're getting some fleet. I've had 5 or 6 fleet invitations today, man. I got to talk with the guys, see if we want to join an advanced fleet and maybe work on getting our own later, because there are advantages of being in higher tier fleets. You're going to get, if they've opened up the dilithium mines, you'll be able to go over and mine a ton of raw dilithium using raw dilithium credits, and then you're going to be able to convert an extra 2,000 per day, so 10,000 total for each day of dilithium, because that's going to get you through those reputation things, man. I'm telling you, you end up spending a lot of time farming for dilithium, whether it's on the asteroids, which to me is boring. I'd rather go into the TFOs in your patrols and earn that stuff.
We are aboard. Surrender your vessel and prepare for assimilation.
Ooh, I like it. Looks like that thing is cool, don't it? I bet it ain't very maneuverable. So you want to just fight with your teams? Well, as much stuff as you can in here. So that's an experimental weapon he used. That is actually the Doomsday Machine weapon he put on the front of his ship. That's something we're going to be opening up in events. Those are event weapons. And those events will come back around if you don't have it, or you can typically find it in the exchange for sale. So you guys going and following it. This way. Now, at my other account, I just flew in solo. It's just toast the whole fleet in like 5 shots. But you got to know your limitations in this game, or you'll bite off too much. And no, I stopped the episodes, for those who are wondering. We were running the New Romulus mission where we had to go in the cave and all that. It was kind of
Your
messed up.
defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields
We got
and
to kill
await
one more fleet
assimilation.
here. The fleet right here is some spears. Let's take that out. And somebody's for the last fleet. So then we got to take out this.
To matrix 0047. 10 of 10. Engaging now.
Sweet. Okay, we're going to choose our rewards real quick. We're going to go with the Discovery Mark package. Some things you want to watch out for is you want to watch for the
Congratulations, Admiral.
mycelial spores. They'll come in little bottles. You can open those up in your reputation. Sometimes you get some of those payout boxes we're fixing to open up. Not always, but occasionally it could drop. They are called, let's see, I think we got something here. Thought we had some. Well, that's just odd. Oh, that's right. That was the Red Alert event. We're not going to see that in there. But you get to choose those. And when you go back to the event, you're going to see when you go in there, it has a timer on it. It's 20 hours, so not quite a day. So every 20 hours, you can come in and run this. Run that as fast as possible. These are going to be your pass. Sometimes you'll have several passes, like they'll have. Last summer, they had this long pass where you can get that Hyperion Intel battle cruiser. And they had another pass that ran for an entire season that they didn't talk about until the second or third leg to come out. So make sure you're running all this stuff here. So we did miss this first campaign, obviously. Unfortunately, we have one called the In Trouble coming out. We missed the Defense of Pavo recently, but we'll be able to grind in that. And it's going to show you your reward info here. This is once you complete all three of those, you would have gotten your choice between all these different types of ships. That's a lot of ships to choose from, folks. Then you would have got 2 100% discount coupons for a Tier 6 ship or the Lobite crystals. So it's definitely worth running the events. The Red Alert is the one that happens the most. Every month you're going to have Red Alert running with something else. The other ones could end up taking 2 or 3 months to do. Now you can go by your way through a progress event. Typically, let's see. That second chance. Yeah, you could go in and buy the event out if you wanted to. I don't recommend doing that personally. That's my preference. That's up to you. It can get expensive, man. So if they say 2,000 credits or something like that, you're looking at about $20 is what you're looking at on that. Just put a decimal 2 numbers over, and that's where you're at. Sometimes, or 2 numbers from the right, and that would be where you're at. If you're looking at something like the year lifetime subscription, it's like $250, I think, on console, $300 on the PC. As for right now, I don't know if it's worth getting that. I have no idea. It sounds like the PC gets 500 free, some kind of special credits or whatever. The gold Zen, they get 500 of those every month after they do that. But I don't think that happens for console players, so I don't know. Like I said, it might be something you're interested in. I just run the events. You're going to get everything you need. While you can pay to get cool stuff in the store, whether it's the Zen store or the Dilithium store, you can buy some cool stuff, your hangar pets, Intel modules. You're going to be able to get command modules. These are things that you put on your commanders and stuff. Your bridge commanders. Then they have these specialties. So if you set one up as a miracle worker, then you'd be able to buy that. But those cost dilithium. Now, when you look at, say, the Zen store, they have what they'll say on sale. So for 25,000 credits, you can get the Mud's Mega Bundle of Dread. Okay, that's going to be all the Mud ships that have ever been around since, anything that had to do with the Mud character, those ships are going to be in there. But, I mean, you're looking at $250 for that. That's up to you if you want to buy it. Now, what I would recommend is looking in Mud's Market. I wouldn't pay more than $2,500 for something, but these will go down in price as time goes. They have sales on it. The Elachi Walker Combat Pet, right when they have the Dot 7 utility drone, it's just okay. It wasn't a big one that I cared about. The armors and stuff, I think you actually are better off to pick those up in the other stores. And then, of course, they had these swords. They had the Red Angel. This was actually like $250. Or I'm sorry, 2,500 points, which would have been like $25 for it. But it gives you Red Angel suit, which is just a real quick thing. You make a couple strikes, and then it's over. But it is an effect for the ground. You have structural capacitors. If you're actually looking at wanting to buy something that's going to get you the most bang for your buck, you're going to come down to, let me find it here. Okay, this is going to be a good place to come to find some bridge officers, combat pets. That one's freaking awesome. I always used to call the trained tardigrade is what I had over on Xbox. But they have a triplet board. That's kind of funny. It's just if you're into collecting those triples, you can get you one that's been infected by Borgs, apparently. The Exocomp Companions. This costs 300 Zen. You can actually earn it in the game, and it not cost you anything. And that's one thing to look at. You know, they have runabout companions and stuff. You don't really use a lot of those types of ships in here. Some people like to run around in the shuttlecrafts. There's very specific missions for that. So that's a good place to go. Then, of course, you have your promotions and stuff, which is going to have... there's quite a bit of stuff we haven't claimed in here. So apparently we got some kind of exclusive Cobalt flat vest pistol thing. A Cobalt pack for, I'm guessing that's a phaser. There's a weapon set. Let's go ahead and claim some of this stuff here. Yeah, I'm sure I want to spend 0. Oh, I wasn't planning on selling anything that I buy in here to anybody. It tells you, due to recent purchase securities on the account, I have it set up where I have certain security things set up where I've put in passwords and shit like that if you want to be able to buy anything and stuff. It just, it's a smart thing to do in case you're tired and you click the wrong button and don't actually buy something. But what they do is they make sure you're playing the game, and they have different ways to get more dilithium, and the requirement for that was like 5 years of straight gameplay is what it was going to come up to. I'm talking some serious gameplay worth of hours in order to get that extra 1,000 dilithium done. But the best way is getting a group built and getting the dilithium station set up so you can go in and grab that dilithium and stuff off there, or to go in and join a bigger core. So they do have a few things that you can get in here, so you can get slots and services, things like this will help. So you have retrain tokens. You can earn these in the game running Borg events. I would never buy them. You can earn them. Then, of course, you have ship loadout slots up to 10, so that's actually, it adds an additional 10 on there. So that's probably something that would be kind of worth having if you want to spend the $5 on it. That's up to you. Then you can do what they call as account shared bank slots. Get 10 of them. Means amongst your accounts, it's going to add another 10 slots, so you can actually share gear from one character to the next, whether it's a Federation character. Now, if it's a Federation only item, you won't be able to use it with KDF or the Romulan Empire, but it does have that option in there for you. So then they have like the research development packs and things like that. Those are pretty cool. This is a fleet module bundle. It comes with some ships. It comes with modules as well. Now, a fleet module is a module that you earn in fleet by doing donations and running special missions within the fleet that's set up. And you would earn these modules. Now, to open fleet ships, a lot of times it's going to be 5 modules that's needed for that. But you can earn those modules instead of having to go in there and buy them. What you do is you go into reputation, just like we're working on all this right now. Once you get this up to tier 6, you get a fleet module. Okay, claim a fleet module. You'll get to claim one there. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 13 modules you can earn. That is going to be 2 free ships, plus on your way to another ship if you want it. You're talking tier 6 fleet ships if that's something you're interested in. So just run these. You're going to get enough, then you'll earn those extra 2 modules running the fleet campaigns. And as we open the fleet or join the fleet, we're going to talk with our Discord guys and see what we think the best way to go. If we get enough interest, and we could create our own. But I think coming into the game, you're better off to get your rank up. Try and join any fleet that's already established. Be able to get built up and stuff like that, and be an asset in that fleet. But it may be one of those things where we decide we just want to do it ourselves for the long haul. So you got to understand it's going to take a while to get to where some of these fleets are. Some of these fleets have been going for over a decade. So they've got some high-end stuff. They're looking for people to come in. They're looking for active communities to come be a part of. So that could actually work out for us on our Discord as well. So as you come down through here, it's going to show you how many points you have. So we've got Discovery Marks, got 303 of those. We've got to earn these Salvatore Spore canisters. Now, what that is used for, that'll be used for certain types of upgrades that you'll be able to do. And when you get done with the Daily Efforts Challenge, I believe this one will grant some of those Spore canisters. We'll have to look. There's one of those missions that you run, and it gives you Spore canisters. So, and it only takes like, I don't know, 5 minutes. So you can get those up pretty quick. That's going to get you up in there. So again, once you hit rank 50, you're going to be able to start running the Red Alert event. That is going to end on the 23rd. You need to get 10 passes in on this. You get one a day. So if you're just joining into the game, you get up to rank 50 by May 13th. You can run on May 13th. You got enough time to come in and grind that out every day. It takes about 5 minutes. And you're going to be given these special little rewards here, which be the experimental ship weapon upgrade token. I'll show you where that'll go in there. This is going to bring up another tier within the ship. Then, of course, you have the ultimate tech upgrade. That's going to upgrade one weapon all the way up to tier 15 epic gold. So, great way to have it. I save those until I start releasing the in-game gear that I want to use as far as the weapons and stuff. I will put those back and save those. That's what I recommend doing with that. And then, of course, you get a specialization point, which is going to be up to a max level. You have to have max level open in order to use those. That way you can go in and use it, or you can convert it to dilithium, or it's up to you however you want if you reach the current cap. Which you don't have to worry about hitting the cap anytime soon if you're just starting off in this game, because it's pretty far up there. Now, with that, we did open up our skills. I want to show some of that a little bit here. So we have our skill set. You've seen these, the traits. We have now opened up specialization. So we have 5 specialization points. So what do I want to use that on? Well, one of the things that I absolutely will have on my ship is a pilot specialized commander. And one of the coolest things that you can get is rock and roll. Then they have different features on it where you have what you call the magic carpet ride, increase the turn rate for 10 seconds. Then you can add this one on. It does an additional 10% defense for 10 seconds. And then this in here would add another 20%, another 20% on here. And these stack on top of each other. So I want to get to this point here. But in order to get here, cannot purchase prerequisite required. So available at 5 points spent. So I can come in here and finish bringing this one up. The attack pattern expertise. Well, of course, then we have the My Dust, which is going to give you a little bit more speed. So we're going to pick it up. That gives us 5 now. So now we can open up rock and roll. Great thing to have right there. So we have that set up. We're going to do all shook up, and then we're also going to do the magic carpet ride over here. That's going to give us where we have all of those points spent. Are you following me so far? Now, the next thing that we're going to have to do is go into the dilithium store. We're going to need to go to a command module. I'm sorry. There should be one for the pilot here. Maybe the pilot automatically happens. Let's see here. Okay, we're going to have to wait for that pilot module. So one of the things you can do, if you want to buy it there, we're going to go and check our the exchange and see if they have one there. But it's something that we'll also earn later. It's not going to be hard to do. We can find a commander that already has pilot attached to it as well. But if you can get the token and assign a category of what it is, you need a pilot module. So we're going to go over here to the exchange. And see what it costs. And we may have something in there for that. Let's go check our bridge real quick. So career path. We're going to be looking at, let's see what we got here. Disruptor pistol. Elite captain training token. Sweet. What we're going to do is we're going to set that back. I prefer to use those once I stop earning easy rank rather than waste it on when you can earn rank pretty quick. So this is going to be that Cobalt weapon pack here. It should have quite a few things in it too. These are Mark 12 weapons, so we can come over here and just get our commander set up with that while we're doing this. Oh, while I'm here, this is where you're going to come into specialization. And you want to come into, and you would assign like a pilot here, specialized training manual required. So we need to earn that, find that, see where we can earn it. We're going to look at the exchange, get that. So while we're in here, starting off the teleporter, we're going to run all the way over to this area that says exchange. And okay, look at the main wrong side focus. Training manual. Pilot. 2,000 each. So this is going to be these things. We need the actual specialization. But these are things that you can teach that pilot once you have it. So we're looking at about 485, 469, and continuing to go up. Go ahead and pick it up. Wow, I don't need two of them. I just need one. See, this is where they get you. You got to watch this stuff, guys, because they'll post two and they'll make you buy two of them instead of one. So we get this one here. It costs a little bit more for just one. How much do we have? 165,000. So we got a little ways to go to open that up. There may be a way to train specialization points. Let's check that out real quick.
There will be a short downtime for the exchange at 1400 hours. Transporter
Okay, his items are crafted in officer training R&D school. So, officer. R&D. Officer training. We're looking for pilot. I think we'll have to go up and make a pad here or something. We'll have to look this over real good to see. So it looks as though we can actually be spending our points. What it's saying, what I'm understanding here is when we're in this specialization thing here, once we have spent 10 points, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so we need 2 more. At that point, it's going to grant us the ability to craft that pilot specialization over there in that research and development. So we got a couple more to open up. We need to rank up. So how do you bring this rank up? Just by playing, just by fighting. I've been playing a lot of space shooting here, man. So we're going to go back in. We're going to see about joining a random TFO. A lot of times that's what I'll do while I'm waiting to get my dilithium up. And I'll just join in, swap between this and those patrols. These typically don't last as long as a patrol because you are playing with other players. Accept any request right now.
An update to the last of exchange ratings available on the monitors.
Get coffee. But it is definitely spring. I hear the frogs croaking outside. I don't guess it's really croak. Them old tree frogs are blind. Some of them sound cool, some of them are not so much. Okay, let us go. There we go. Let's go load up. Now, joining random, you could be in anything. It could be ground, it could be space.
Our intelligence services have discovered an Imperial Romulan operation.
Yeah, so that's why I keep evasive maneuvers activated. That's the one that I activated L2 here. That's going to break free of any kind of tractor beams that they put in. As you can see. If everybody's in here in the booster. Not scared of them rivals.
job isn't over yet.
This is going to a rally point. Okay, we got somebody hurt.
Facility Beta is safe. Facility Alpha is back online.
Looks like we need to go to camp. Yeah, grab me a tractor bay and we hit the base and move it, pull out. Don't mean he's going to let you go, though. Some torpedoes stuck in midair.
Facility Gamma is up and running. Looks like you've got the Falcata will probably...
It's Okada. Can't remember what that looks like. It's a big ship, ain't it? Yeah, that old blue cone that was coming up, that was a targeting arc, in case you're wondering what that was. You want to get out of the range or out of the way of that thing before it fires. Yeah, we'll go ahead and leave the map and we'll choose reward when we get back, just so we don't have to deal with. We try to choose reward and it pops up, tells us leave the map, choose reward. And it should pop up here any second now. So this is going to give us a fleet mark package with a daily bonus mark. So we're going to claim that. We're going to open up. Back to inventory. Look for that crate. Get those opened up. Put some Mark 12 engines there. I think it's time to upgrade some weapons too. So when you come back out, it's going to say choose reward again. That's because you get to choose twice. Based off of that, we're going to go ahead and go with our discovery marks. Flame. So that gave us some fleet modules that we'll be able to use to help boost a fleet when we either start one or join one. let us go to our ship. So this is a 90-degree targeting arc. This is 90. 401. But we had one that was like 500% further. 425. 435. 265. 401. 310.
Construction technicians needed on deck 37.
2.5% critical, 2.5% critical. Oh, 4% critical chance. Let's look at that. Then we're going to look and see what else we got here. We swapped around. This is a 180-degree Tetrion cannon. These are actually pretty cool. But our anti-proton beam actually does more damage, so we're going to stick with it for now. These are 360 degrees. They don't do a whole lot of damage, though, so they are rear weapons. So, and that's one thing you're going to start to notice is your weaponry for fore and aft, they will be specific. So it may have the same name, but one of them's front, one of them's for the back, so you can compare those up together later. Okay, let's check out our shielding here. So we've got a level 7, level 6. What we got? Impulse engine, 28.5 flight, 16 flight speed. All power of the engine plus another 2.7 flight speed converts all powers to engine. This one here's 112 and all power engines. Same turning radius. You know, it's looking like this Mark 10 is still better than that 12, so we'll stick with it for now. Okay, let us check and see if we've got any higher up any armor there. Don't care about using the mine weapon damage. I'm not using mines. It does have that 9.4 to hold capacity, but it's not worth giving up by 12.5 on being weapon. So we'll keep what we got set there. We're going to go ahead and save our loadout again. I do recommend anytime you make some changes to your ship, save it, because if you back out of the game and you haven't saved your new loadout, it could revert back to what you had. Then you got to go back and figure it all out again. So go over its stats. So experimental upgrade tokens. What is that? We were talking about that in our little red alert event. So after you get this level 5, you'll be able to use a experimental aircraft token, and you're going to be able to get to a level 6 for experimental traits, and you're going to be able to pick traits that you want to put on that ship. So that's one of the great things with that. Of course, our stations, we have our various commanders there. I do want to look and see. You opened up any more points here yet? Nope, not yet. So we ended up with something. I don't care about having that as a primary. I'm not sure why they gave us these as our primaries. Cannot purchase no space points yet. There's a way to set this as primary or secondary, but I can't remember how. To it's secondary. So we must have somebody with a intelligence officer or something. But we're going to continue to set this up here. There should be, here we go, maybe primary. Okay. Now, then we're going to set up a secondary. Yeah, so as you can see, we're reaching these tiers here. Once we reach certain tiers, it's going to give us the option to be able to build those pilots and stuff. Looks like we've got 2 more points to get up. We're getting there. And you can open them all up. Just remember, you can open every single one of them. You can have up to 5 commanders, so you can have up to 5 of those specialties on there as well. So what are we going to do next? I think we will go ahead and join another reputation here first. Okay, so looks like this one here is going to be so something to watch for on the hourly here, because you're going to be spending, it's like 340. Now you'll get 340 dilithium on there. You will be spending expertise points requirements. You're going to be spending your energy credits and expertise. It requires 15 discovery marks to do this to earn. You're not going to earn anything because you've already done it 3 times, I believe. Once we do it 3 times, you can't earn any more in hourly support. So you have to go to daily. So make sure if you're wanting to earn the dilithium ore, that's great. But remember, you're going to have to come into your inventory, go down to assets, and come over to refine ore. So we was able to do another 937 because we didn't have the full 8,000 yet. Now, if we want to refine more than that, if we were in a group and they had dilithium mines, we could go there directly, send a task force operator into it. One of our, what are they called? Duty officers. Be able to send a duty officer into that. And you get another 1,000 or 2,000. I forget exactly what the amount it is. I think it's 2,000 that you can open through that group. So that's something you can do once you get a core going on or a fleet assembled. So pretty cool in that retrospect. You want to see all of your energy credits at the top, reputation marks there at the bottom left, and then it's going to show you your expertise points that you have. Then, of course, gold press platinum if you have any GPL. I don't recommend buying any of that kind of stuff. You can actually go and just wait for an event. They're going to give you some, then go in, just run it, and you'll end up getting more than you need. I've never seen anything in there that I absolutely wanted to buy compared to in-game gear. So fleet assets, we have fleet marks. We don't have any fleet credits yet because we're not in a fleet. If we put those fleet marks in, the way it typically worked is for every fleet mark, you got 2 fleet credits. So it was pretty cool for that. 1 for 2 deals, so we'd have 1 for 300 at that point. Then salvage, how do you get salvage? Well, you get salvage by coming in and using the replicator and do a recycle, or going into your inventory, picking something that you don't need, such as you would salvage, just like that. That's going to give you salvage. Got 81 salvage out of that one piece. Salvage out. So instead of just going in and disintegrating your items or recycling them, go into your inventory and recycle stuff that you're not going to use. So we got these captain training tokens. We have a experimental ship upgrade token. These are epics. They gave us 2 of them. That was in that free stuff. Make sure you check the store for your free stuff, guys. Lots of free stuff. So this is going to expand the capabilities of your T5 and T6 starships. So we're going to be able to use this. And they have this style, and then they have another style where you could take it up an additional rank. So we could actually get to Tier 5 or Tier 6 ships up to experimental upgrade status. I'm going to hold on to these until I actually see a ship that I want to do that to. I usually run this one at about a 5. The ship that I like most, people have asked me what is my favorite ship in the game. I use this one on Federation character. I use this one on the Klingon characters. Now I have a lot of different ships, but my absolute favorite to use is, let's get down here and look at our ships, guys. Oop, that's not it. Ship acquisition. It was the Suzuwa, I think is what it's called. This one's really cool. You have two wingman ships on each side. They can be instructed to heal your hull, heal your ships, and go out and fight. That's a pretty cool ship. I enjoyed it. The one I'm looking for, I'm just trying to let this update pictures because I know what it looks like, but I can't for the life of me remember the name. I think it's the Suzuka. It looks like an old Starfleet ship. The Soyuz. That's it right there. So let's bring that up so you can see what it looks like. So it's going to cost 20,000 fleet credits and then 5 fleet modules. So you're going to get the fleet credits by donating 20,000 worth of fleet credits, dilithium, contributing in the events that are inside the core groups. And if we join a fleet, we'll show you how to do all that kind of stuff. But you're going to get 20,000 of those, then those actual fleet credits there to the right. The fleet modules, you get 5 of those. You get those by running the reputation or earning them in the fleet as well. But it's easier to just grind them out through that reputation. It really is. So this has five slots, officer stations. They can be any type of officer you want to put on. You do have console slots. You have 5 for engineering, 3 for tactical, and 3 for science division. Then you have 5 forward weapons, 3 aft weapons. The base level 65 base hull is 56,592. I've had that well over 160,000, which shield modifiers and things like that you can add on. It's got a base 10 or 13. This ship actually has an about face where if you hit that module, it spins completely around, turn 180 degrees and head the other direction, just at the flip of the button. Just click it and you're headed the other direction. It's great for coming in on big ships, just dumping a crap load of firepower, kicking it, getting out of range so you don't get blown up. Very, very versatile ship. The style I typically use looks like this right here. So this is the Intel Heavy Frigate. This is the ship I am holding out for. It's just freaking fantastic. I really enjoy it. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to grind toward, guys. As far as buying ships, you can buy like for real money and stuff. And I know we did that with the Temporal Raider. Mainly, I did that because I just can't use those big bulky Starfleet ships, man. They don't turn very well. Okay, so we are going to go back to our ship here. I'm going to run to the restroom to make me a cup of coffee, and we're going to start back in either with a TFO or a patrol. We'll figure it out when we get there. And like I say, it's one of those things I'll run one until it gets boring, then move on to the next when there's so much content, then you can jump back into the episodes. We only finished up to completing the, see what that's called, I believe it's called New Romulus or Romulan Mystery or something like that. New Romulus. So we've not done anything else. We have got to the point where we finished off where we went into the cave and all that mess yesterday. Remember, we were having some issues early in the morning with the connection, or something was going on where it wasn't queuing up the things that needed to be done in the right order, and that could be kind of annoying. Not really noticed it much, but it was happening yesterday. So at the end of it, you find a Iconian gateway, and when we go pick the mission up later, that'll be the Solanae Dyson Sphere. If you ever seen the Enterprise series, it's similar to that. It's where you start discovering those spheres that were in the Expanse at the time. So you've got to figure this stuff out. It has to do with Iconians and all futuristic, going into the past, all kinds of time travel stuff. really great gear in it as well. I mean, and then it takes you into the Delta Quadrant where you're going to face off with the Borg again. You have a lot of missions with the Voyager crew and stuff. Some of it's in the past, some of it's in the future. And then, of course, the Iconian War. This is one of my favorite storylines in here. It has ground battles. It has epic space battles. I'm talking just massive amounts of ships. But you open up some of the absolute best gear in here, which is the Krenim time-traveling gear. It has to do with Paranton emissions and pulses and stuff that are area of effects that you can put on your ship so you can send out those big shock waves and just really mess up people. Now, you can go and you can buy some of those books right now. They're not going to be as good as what you actually unlock in the game. And you want to save those energy credits. You want to save your dilithium and all of that stuff right now. You want to save everything for this, because all this stuff is going to cost energy credits and dilithium. Of course, we have this new Romulus Mark thing here running. Looks like we need 30 of the new Karl Marx, so we need to run through that. We might pick a new car mission. Let me run the restroom. We'll be right back. All right. Let me see who we have online on here. We might be able to get a few people. Let's see what the ranks are. Oh, come on now. Alrighty, let's see what we've got here. We have. You can check or select once you've reached that rank where you can start running these task force guys. You can either run random or you can run a specific. I think that was new car marks we needed. We said I had accidentally started that. This actually has some decent gear in it. So let's do. And I'm not done. Chris line attached to it in a long time. I'd like to keep that one in. The vault's all right. I'm not a huge fan of it. And the Azure Nebula Rescue, that's a deal where we're fighting Tholians trying to free the Romulans. Now, each difficulty level on there, you have your beginner, your advanced, and your extremes. Those are going to have a little bit different payouts, but you're going to get the base payout plus extra if you up that level. So they'll show you what that would look like here. If you went into this, a bad example. Yeah, so here it actually adds a little thing to it as well. That's something you can watch for. So like here you would have board disconnect. That's at level 2 difficulty. If you was at level 1 difficulty, you see it pays less. And then of course some of them disappear at a higher difficulty because they don't actually have a high difficulty set for that. So while we're waiting on that task force, because I'm not running random, the quickest way is to grab a random. But you can come in and load up a control instead. I'm trying to find one that's not quite daggone long. Springer's War. Randomly determined attack forces. This is just going to show everything that's there. I like anything that has to do with ship battles, man. To me, the ground missions, they're pretty cool once you get some of the stuff up, but if you get too close to the walls of caverns or any kind of wall in there, man, you have this, like, it's not really that it's glitching or sticking to the wall, it's just the screen kind of bounces around and it can really mess with you a little bit. So if you're backing up around corners and stuff, don't get too close to the corners because it will affect a little bit of the view of what you're seeing. So I stick to this basically.
Some issues in our existing doctrine. Today's simulation will generate tactical data we can use to resolve those issues. We'll be assessing your performance against a randomly selected hostile force. Good luck.
Close the curtain.
Enemy forces are approaching Mars at high warp. They will be here momentarily.
This is always a fun mission, though. It is a rough one, though, I'm not gonna lie. So what you got to do, those are ships you're going to bring people to. You're going to come over here and you want to, as evasively as possible, rescue these crews.
Take the refugees to the transports by the station. They'll carry them to safety.
Okay, I do recommend you go ahead and pick up a full load of refugees. You can carry 3. You can shoot if you want to. You're going to have to shoot these guys anyway. I've read about it, but see if we can beat them in with the cloak activated. So this ship does come equipped with a battle cloak, which is freaking awesome. Not all Starfleet ships have that. So then we're going to come over here and we're going to drop these bad boys off. So
More enemy ships inbound.
Okay, then we're going to look. It should respawn. Always go to the one that's farthest away, and that will lead right back to the station. It's my recommendation. If you have a battle cloak, use it. If you don't have a battle cloak, try to use stealth stuff and try not to shoot at people until you pick up the crew. Because once you get all these crews, you got to destroy all these ships. It's a great way to get some space points, so if you want to do all that before you rescue the crew, just keep killing the ships, so just keep spawning in and just really build up some rank in that. But this battle, this is just the first wave. I think it's 2 or 3 waves that progressively get insane. Definitely something worth running with a team. I don't know that I've done this mission in this ship at this level without the in-game weapons. This is going to get interesting real quick, guys. Okay, so we're going to disable the battle cloak. Let's go speed here. It took a minute for my shields to come up. I shouldn't have ran up in there. I should have gave it about a 10 count. Focus firing on these guys. Too much scatter. We got a specialization point. Just heard it come in. Go out of battle. Cloak, get out of this damage and heal up. So when you're in cloak, you can watch your whole heal. Jeez, man. You watch as your whole heals. When that finally gets up, put your left joystick in and kind of help speed that up a little bit. We're going to go over here to repairs. This should start redistributing our power to go toward the hull and the shields. And you can see it's counting down. It levels out. Bump that left joystick again. It's going to kick the heal process back on. Now, if we had a science team equipped on here, I don't bother with this ship. That'll be later when I can have a couple practical officers and one engineer, one for my science department, or a couple engineers and one for the actual science department to be able to do the hull and stuff like that as well. But most of our stuff is going to be for healing the shielding, which goes down once you start that cloak. So we're going to come out of cloak as soon as we get 100% here. We've got to let our shields come up. They're going to have to charge. So here's that rock and roll expertise we was talking about. When you're running in that, then you're going to get a faster turn rate. The thing is just awesome. I didn't realize it had opened up already. We're going to go ahead and equip that to our wheel. We're going to go over here to defense configuration. It's going to reduce our flight speed and turning rate at the moment.
Computer, in simulation. Excellent work. We'll analyze the data from your efforts and use it to revise our defense doctrine for Mars.
Now, we could have continued shooting those ships. I didn't want to get blown up, and it gave me a chance to check out a few things. But when you use that rock and roll, what I do is I use it coming into combat or coming out of combat. You have that, then you have evasive maneuver. So usually I use evasive maneuver to break free of the actual tractor beams and stuff that are on those enemy ships, and then use that coming in. So if you're coming in and you decide to go in, well, it's not refreshed yet. Let's give it a few seconds. Looks like it takes about Okay, we're going to choose our rewards. Going to go ahead and grab more discovery marks. We could have grabbed the new car marks. Sounds good. Of course, we need to come over to our inventory, see if we got any chests or anything. I think you only get one chest a day from that, but you do get the marks you can choose from. When you're running the reputation is when you complete a leg, you can potentially earn certain ones. You can potentially earn weapons and stuff. This one here is just daily or an hourly. Not going to get anything from it. I think it's tier 3 when you open up this third slot where you can do 3 upgrades a day, which is kind of nice. You still got 5 hours, 18 minutes on this. It's going to pay out some good points. The points that you see up there looks like a gold Starfleet emblem. Those are what opens up your ranking or your tiers to open it up. So you need 250,000 reputation points of discovery to open that. And you're looking at, go up to the 2,500 right there. So you're going to have to run this thing 100 times. If you only ran just this one, each one will give you some points. This one here no longer pays anymore, but as you progress up this tier, you're going to see where you have more options. This one here will always just be the hourly. This here is for more involved stuff that costs a lot more dilithium. And of course, you will eventually open up that third slot. So this is buy up to tier 5. Okay, so they start that. Buy out to tier 5. Yes, the tier 1's going to unlock at 5,000 reputation points. At which point you'll get Aram's Augments, which is damage over time, area effect resistance. And you'll get a close range damage increase with Tyler's memories. You'll get a new captain ability. Defense engineering consoles. Projectile tactical consoles, that's going to be great. All level 12 stuff, purple ratings. Now, as you're running these, after you complete this stuff, you may be getting where you've got all the weapons and stuff like that. Looking to the future, what do I do to bring everything to level 15 tiers? Because, man, I don't want to have to spend money on that. Well, what you're going to do is continue to get dilithium like you do right now. You're going to go into, let's see if we can find it here. There's not that store. Let's see. Exchange. I swear I thought it was in here. Let's find it. Special items. There we go. You would save it up. You would do, I recommend saving up to 40,000 dilithium, doing the Phoenix Prize Pack, and then you open that up. It's going to give you 10 different rewards. Some will be purple, some will be epic, some will be blue, whatever. You're going to be able to go in to that and pick up upgrades, and then you merge those upgrades together to make epics. That's the best way to do it, so you don't have to go and spend real money. So that's what I found to be one of the greatest ways to do it. You can get transport pools just about anywhere. I don't even know why they bother selling it in there. But this is a great way. They have a lot of different types of enemies that you can, a lot of different types of buffs and stuff. You can get equipment that you can buy and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But most of your good stuff is going to be found over there in the reputation here. Okay, it is not going to join me up to this, so we're going to leave that and we're going to just join a random. Like I say, it's easier to just join randoms a lot of times. Then, of course, you can run those patrols, which will be up under missions you run. control some stuff as well. It's going to give you dilute vehicle points and stuff as well. And of course, you can set up PvP or join PvP. I think you actually have to be a full-on admiral, meaning 65 to do that. They have 5 and 5, 10 and 10. Or you can create your own private stuff if you want to do it where you have ground missions or space missions based off certain types of areas and stuff that any area you played in the game, you can come in and do that. Okay, I see a couple people there. A few over here. So they probably are loading the servers now. And it does work off a queue. If you first come in, you see a bunch of people online, you're not going to jump ahead of them. It's going to cheer it up the first 5, and the next 5, and the next 5, and eventually we'll get you all in. So you just got to wait a few minutes. That's why picking your own, to go do your own stuff, that's cool. But right now, early stage, just run randoms because you won't want to open everything anyway because it might be a particular armor or a particular shielding or a particular type of a weapon that you want. Or they have some that are side weapons, be different types of grenades, plasma grenades, concussive grenades, smoke grenades, stun grenades. You name it, there's all kinds of different stuff in there that you're going to be able to open up. So just run the randoms for now. But you can really narrow in on some if you need to. The best way to narrow in on it is run the patrol, select exactly what credits you want, which I'm focusing on discovery right now. So I want to just get as many discovery things as I can because I'm going to also focus on getting some more of those spore canisters. So I think I showed you all a little bit while we're waiting on this to join us into the TFO. I believe I showed y'all, let's find it here, the research and development area. So this is your personal research and development. So then when you get into fleets, depending on what their research development stations are ranked up to, you can go in and do fleet research and development. One that benefits the fleet, but then there's another tier in there that benefits you, and you can make some crazy combinations and stuff. It's pretty cool. But, man, you're talking, it's not going to be days. You're looking at possibly months of grinding to get to that stage. And then if we start a fleet of our own, we're looking at even longer to get those aspects leveled up. So I think I'm going to talk with the guys in our Discord group about finding us a group. We'll find a group that's pretty active, or maybe they're looking for more actives, and maybe we can, kind of merge into them. And if they're not running a Discord type deal, we can bring some of those guys over into our Discord so we all have ways of communicating as well outside of just the game. And that may be something where they may end up wanting to come over and play some of these other games and play together. So that'd be kind of cool having this a large gaming community. Great game. Xbox, I don't know that they have as many players on it as they do here. I'm not sure. The thing with the Klingons, man, which is mostly what I play that, Romulan over on there, so I wanted to give the Federation a try. Definitely enjoying it. I had a Federation character from the original series, a little bit different storyline than what you have here. The episodes are the same, but little cutscenes at the beginning of the game, and then throughout the game will change just a little bit based off what your character is, showing the point of view from whichever side of the faction. Everybody pulls together to run the episodes, but it's not cross-play as far as I can't play with somebody in the Klingon faction. Unless we're just joining up with a random TFO, then yeah, they'll throw you in there with anybody, but pretty cool stuff. All right, man, come on. Make sure we are going up there. Got a bull chicken lives over here. It's a bulldog that when he barks, it kind of sounds like a chicken. I don't know why he does that. What are you doing? Oh, I guess he wants me to lay down. That's what his problem is. I don't have to lay down so you can sleep. Go to sleep. Now he wants his air conditioner back on, what it is. It's a spoiled dog. He has his own air conditioner, blows right on him. He just lays in front of it. But them English bulldogs, cool breed, very, very awesome dog to have in the family. But man, let me tell you, it doesn't take much for them to overheat, especially if you live in the hotter states nearer to the equator, you know, Florida and Texas and stuff like that. Okay, while we're waiting to see if we can join up on task force, like I said, this is where your patrols come in, because it can become a wait sometimes because people are kind of bouncing between the two. So what we want to look at here next is, I think we can go with this one. I'm not sure what it is. But to load those patrols, then you hit triangle instead of X to activate the mission. If you look at the bottom of the screen, it tells you that. But honestly, sometimes you don't look at the bottom of the screen, like, I want this thing load. Oh, yeah, that's right. Got to hit that triangle on there. You know, whoever the first person in history was that picked some coffee beans and ground them up and brewed that stuff up, I'd like to thank that person, because this is probably one of the greatest inventions in the world, man. There are people, especially like a doctor, tell you drink too much coffee. And he's probably right. It could be worse, though. I could be drinking a bunch of those energy drinks. Love the sugar in it. Okay, we're going to be assisting these vessels here, and typically as you assist the vessels, that's when it starts sending in waves after wave after wave after wave, guys. So you have to keep them fixed as quickly as possible.
Show them what it means to be a warrior.
That way you got some extra help. We'll put that up. So that's that rock and roll, man. Get you in and get you out, whichever way you decide to use it. Force space maneuvers. Okay, now we got back down. Finish this dude off and then fix that other ship.
Imperial forces. They have joined forces with the Mokai.
So while we're playing this, we are still in the queue. Yep. Waiting to be joined into a TFO. And you may end up playing half of one, or you may end up playing a couple before you join in. But this way you are always earning those points, guys. And you can earn some stuff in, like, say, the Discovery quest line, if you've got that opened up. I guess they just triple both them ships again. guess I should probably pick out some of the weaker ships first, because this battle cruiser is kind of tough, you know? With less firepower coming on. Wow, that's that. You just earned another specialization, I guess. So congratulations, Admiral. Sweet. Yes, this is miraculous repairs, setting that primary did miracle work on secondary. I want to set this one up where your health is less, or fan or equal to 25%. It'll automatically spawn out. It's going to kick us with almost 9,000 HP. And that's not without the modules. To get the modules, we can expand on those effects that we get. But we got to earn our way up to it, man. It's one of those things where when you know what's coming, but you're not quite there yet. You can't remember exactly where that, that cutoff is to where you start doing the cool stuff.
It's about to burn, and we all know who fights in a burning house. Don't be a fool.
A firefighter?
Hear me now. This doesn't have to end with your death.
Oh,
You and I know how this as you wish. You
Those look like the Discovery timeline Klingons right there, which is pretty cool because if you remember the original series, the Klingons didn't have any brow ridges or anything like that. They just kind of look like, set them up where they look like a Neanderthal a little bit with a little bit of protruding brow ridge, thick eyebrows. But apparently there was a disease that spread through between the Discovery's timeline and James Kirk's timeline. Get hammered by this guy. But the treatment for it, which I think was brought by Dr. Klops, we're going up on a few here. Plus, it'd be nice to finish this. Still got a minute left, so we're not sure go through it. Anyway, it calls them to basically change the way they look. They look more human than Klingon. Then they had a selective breeding program where they actually brought in the cranial ridges and stuff again, but it's never quite the same. But they talk about in this, and then of course if you watch the Star Trek Discovery. Mission to run on the line. Can be hit and miss whether we finish this one or not. Close. Oh, we was close. Oh well. Like I say, sometimes you won't have enough time to finish the control, but except if you want to wait for it. A lot of times you can get a couple up in.
Forces are defending the new colony world.
Right. So you look. Yeah, so this is one of those vortices that you can open up later. Then they have one that looks like fire. They got some pretty cool stuff in game. That dude, I guarantee, is up in rank. 100%, yeah, rank. 63? I think it'd be 65, but he's probably got one account. Freaking orb weavers, man. They're going Tholians. Heals there, appreciate that.
My ship is too damaged to continue. Heading to evac coordinates.
Okay, next location. Give you a little extra speed there. Give us a little bit more speed there. Somebody got a couple of freaking Tholian web. Last long. He's using the web breaker device, is my assumption there, because that didn't last long at all. You open that, there's a new car package. Yeah, we're on the next location.
My ship is too damaged to continue. Warping to evac coordinates now.
Okay, so these orb weavers that typically troop up. I don't know what hit me. Different stuff on there. Ah, crap. You lose shields and crap when you hit this mess. You lose your full impulse too. Come on, baby. Impulse speed gives you a little bit of extra nudge.
It's worse than I thought. The Tholians aren't trying to steal.
So they're going to be heading this the vault here for those who have reached that mission. You're going to have to defend this thing. They're going to try to build an entire web around it. A whole big station to suck it into their dimension. Or their sector of space. Weavers are inbound. Okay. Here we go, guys. Okay, get out of this mess. So the Weavers have these circles around them, just to keep things simple for you. We're almost out of this disturbance here. And you want to watch for the ones that are actually setting up the lattice shield going around this thing. Okay, you see that happening, just destroy anything that you get your hands on. You wait till I get my Dark Matter torpedoes, y'all ain't gonna stand a chance. Okay, so we have a few working up top. We need to go deal with this guy. See how he's drawing out his line? You want to interrupt this fella as quickly as possible. Shoot. Got some down below too. Somebody drawing. Hey man, the other guy's got to contribute. He's riding around not doing anything. Can't do it all. Okay, we got another one straight ahead. Get these dudes out. He turned around, didn't he? He's got me close to complete. And a few tracers over here. He's got to throw the shield. Him out.
Tholian Vault Web is 60% complete.
shooting. There it is.
The Tholian web is collapsing. Excellent.
Yeah, we
The
got
vault is secure, but we are not.
So now we got to
Sentries
go
show
and store
Tholian
some more
reinforcements
stuff.
approaching at high warp. Prepare for battle.
Heading for that green line.
Defeat the Tholian flagship if you can.
I don't think I've ever seen that web go above 40%, so must be some new players in here.
The Tholian flagship is defeated. Excellent work.
Oh, I need to throw on a turn burst, pick this stuff up. That looks good. Appreciate it, brother. Sweet. Hey, then we're going to choose our reward. That should be a new car unlock, I think. Pretty sure that's a new car mission. Could be a Klingon mission, let's see. Yep, new car strike force mark with daily bonus. So this is one of those things, if you see the purple pop up, means that you're going to be able to select it. It's going to give you some points there, but you're also going to be able to come in to your inventory. And you're going to be able to open these crates. Looks like we just mostly got some resources to construct with. But when you come back out, you'll get to choose your reward again. At which point you can decide what kind of mark you want to do. We're going to go ahead and do new car marks as well. I am going to run to the restroom real quick, fellas. Now, one of the hardest marks to grind out of this game is competition marks, because most of those are PvP battles, and people don't typically jump into that for PvP. They go to a PvP server or whatever. They don't typically mess around with trying to get the marks, just because it's races and stuff like that. But it is worth trying to grind out. If you have a team where you got at least 5 guys, you can come in, or at least 10 guys, you can get everybody into a game, fight it out, go on each, earn your points and stuff. Now, one team will come out winning over the other, but it's definitely worth to get it, because there's a couple of pieces of equipment in there that's worth getting. They're not great, but the part you're looking for is the fleet module at the end of it. So definitely recommend running through those tiers on that as well. Okay, let us see what we've got as far as anything new that we really, really want to use. Tactical stabilizer. So you can look at more details. It's going to give you a personal ground tray, personal space tray, kit module slot, and one ground device. So you can use this and open up some extra stuff in your Captain. If you look up here, you'll see that there's a device slot that's still locked here. And of course, there's a kit slot that's locked. You'll be able to open those up that way as well. It's the only way to open those experimental tokens for your Captain. Same thing with your bridge officers. Okay, let us see. So this is a purple quality, so we want to go to his career. I want to promote this guy. Okay, that's going to give him the ability to have better weapons, or better books equipped to him. Let's go ahead and get this guy, get this man a weapon. So I think we're going to give him a disruptor pistol. We're going to give her, she's got Mark 7. Keep that phaser, high density rifle for myself. I think I'm going to give her the sniper. And of course, ourselves, we want to give ourselves something nice here, which is going to be the, which of these do I want to keep? 40 for the bonus. So let's switch this one out. We'll just go by prototype. And I think I'm going to go ahead and change this one over to the multi-barrel pistol there. Yep. Then we can come down here and finish equipping our crew. Something got a little more oomph to it. And I think I'm going to close all that. This thing is pretty good to me. And as you finish a reputation grind, I think it was a new car. Once it completes the amount of time, like this here is for 20 hours. When it completes, you're going to be given some chests, which could have universal console of a new car particle converter. You might get the reprogrammed drones. You might get refractive nanofiber personal shielding. You might get the Shattered Harmonic personal shield matrix. You might even get the Car Strike Force Elite. So these are things that you're going to get as you rank this up. These will be some of the items that you can either buy or it could reward you in a box when you complete these things. So those are going to be pretty awesome to get. As you progress up in there, you're going to start getting better gear coming towards you, coming your way. So when you look at these, there are going to be a few missions that are hourly, like this one here. I recommend that you go ahead and run it because you're going to get 200 points from it. You're also going to get 140 dilithium from it. And it's only running you energy credits, expertise. I do know a lot of the new car is set. That's just my preference. You can run whatever you want to run, guys. They do have a lot of really good spreadsheets out there. I'll post up some resources in our Discord for those of you who are joining us in Discord to play this together, of what weapon does what. Find videos of what they do and find what works best for you. I like ships with AoEs, area of effect. Now that's a secondary effect that adds into the weapon that will chain off of, you're shooting at one ship, but it chains over 3 or 4 ships or even more that are close to an area. This is massive damage multiplying as it comes up. You end up blowing the back ships up. Hey, those are great effects. That's what you're looking at with Mycelial Lightning and the Lorca's Ambitions that you're going to get on there. But then they also have a really cool one. I think it is Delta Alliance, which is going to give you Borg abilities for your ship. And you can actually, so you get a Unimatrix shield and stuff like that as well. But you're going to be able to open up different types of abilities to put on. And I typically would put this stuff in to my visuals, impulse, deflector, shield. We put it on. It's not going to increase the value of the stuff, but the specialty that it gets is going to apply it to the ship as well. Plus, it'll also change the way your ship looks. It gives it a really cool, eerie kind of a green glow, like the Borg have on their ships. So it's going to give some pretty cool effects. And they have all different types of cosmetic effects that you can do. And you can cheap out and just buy just the cosmetics. What I recommend is get the actual piece of gear with the cosmetic attached to it. That way you are benefiting from the buffs that it's going to give you for running all that. Okay, so we got another invite here. It's Catherine Janeway. It's invited you to join their team. I don't know who this is. Let's look at our desk board. See who has joined up under that in-game name. I think that might actually be a random player. And rejected. Crazy, man. That's crazy. Okay, let us do another join random here. Get that queue up. Sometimes those will start coming in quicker after you joined into the queue. It picks the ones who are the most active within it. So it shouldn't be as long of a wait this time. It takes a little bit to get into the system. Okay, so Admiralty. These are some pretty interesting little things you can do. You can send these guys out on some assessment tests and stuff. So what you're going to do is it's going to cost you some things, but it will reward you as well. So you're going to get expertise points. You're going to get some Starfleet or Admiralty. You want to complete all of this because it will eventually open up where you have stores that you can buy stuff from. Some pretty good equipment, some great modules and stuff as well. We'll run some of those here in a second. Let's get this joined in. Ready. Check this too. Specialization. We've got another specialization going here. So we could do type of pattern expertise. I think we're going to go over here on this defense officer gov, and we can always add another one to it as well. But something I think we're going to want to do is also focus over on that miracle worker a little bit now that we have the rock and roll app on here, or the rock and roll option on here. We'll get it finished upgraded and we'll bounce over the miracle worker because those you definitely want to like miracle workers. Perks on your ship.
Imperial Romulan operation to take over the mining facilities in this remote area of space.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like this is going to be a Romulan mission. I think we've just done this one. Maybe not. This is the different mission. I was thinking this is the jailbreak mission where you gotta fight the three locations.
The Romulans have cloaked mines next to the transports. Keep an eye out.
Still flying faster than that dude's torpedo was. So we've talked about fully customizable weapons. I'll show you where to do that. After you get this end game here, you can actually add effects to it, make it even better, make it a little more personal. So we're going to show you how to do that here in a minute. Of course, we don't have the equipment we're going to upgrade yet, but we'll talk you through the basic principles of it. Massive assault, man. A lot of Romulan ships, the smaller ones, are what people refer to as a glass cannon, meaning they don't take much beating, but they put out a beating. So take out the smaller ships quicker. When you see those Romulans, you want to hit them as hard as you can and as fast as you can. And then you can take out the larger ships after you're done with it. Okay, they're just supposed to be below me. There we go. There's an ancient array device, I forget where you pick it up, it's in one of the storylines, that actually operates mostly as a fighter intercept, torpedo intercepts. When they launch some torpedoes at you, they shoot them down when they're slow moving. Or you can manually choose it. Three left. So it looks like Vran got disabled.
The job isn't over yet.
Hey. Here we go. Yep, so this is where the alpha, beta, and gamma sites are at. Now you can run this one in patrol, which is where we ran earlier. What you want to do is you want to set up here a location. Oh, this one's a little bit different. This is just restoring the power to these guys. Not giving me the option to. I guess we come over here first.
Facility Alpha is back online.
So we'll repair Gamma now. says X3 repairs completely, get it going. The more ships on it, the better. We got a guy on top
Facility
of the
Beta is safe.
Facility
Gamma is up and running. The Falcata will probably try to block.
The Falcata, there we go. I think this is actually the mission we were running before we joined the TFO earlier, if I remember correctly. He might not make it for me to get there. Okay, we'll leave map and we'll collect our rewards. Hey, Fleet Admiral, we got some award. We got promoted, man. Congratulations. This is going to make the storyline that much easier, ranking these ships up. When you're coming in, you're just basically at, you know, a mastery 1 or 2. So we're up to a mastery 4, coming up on 5. And of course, we could upgrade to another experimental slot. Like I said, I'm going to save those for a different style ship, I believe. The 12,044, you hit mastery 5, and then it'll start another set there. So this opens up abilities. It enhances passives like this in here is increases starship's energy, kinetic damage, increasing the starship's defense. And as you come into these experimental upgrades, you can actually just assign whatever you want. Make sure you collect in the 4 minutes that they give you on that. We don't have a bonus one, but we will have this crate. We're not going to get to draw a second time off of it. All right. Stuff module. Don't need it. Someone might. I'll take it back. Get to choose a reward. So we will go with the Discovery Marks. We'll be working on that new car the next few days. It's been a while since I've been through this. It seems like it takes a week or 2 to open the entire chain, so we should be ready for business. Let's see who's online. Jennison, not sure who that is. And I think that's Scale 81. See, Potter is, I believe. He's at rank 7, so I'm going to let him rank up before we start trying to tie in, because want to make sure that you're able to keep your experience points running. So we did get some skill sets within the captain skills. These are your space skills, ground skills, and then traits. We've opened up a new trait here. Now these traits you will start opening more of these up as you complete the reputation, so definitely keep coming back in and see what you have opened up. You can always change things around. Instead of having to use a respect token for this, you can actually just keep working on the reputation. Once you open enough stuff in reputation and complete a tier line, it's going to reset all that, and you got to come back in and set it back up. That way you don't have to be spending those points, those rare tokens. Increased damage based on team size. You know, I think we're coming up where we're going to be able to use that. So, of course, you will get the active ground reputations. As you open up reputations, you're going to be able to throw these ground effects in there. You'll be able to add in the active space reputations as well. So these are going to be actives. These are going to be the ones that you select yourself. And of course, you will have ship traits that you can open up. Like I say, you have 2. That's with the experimental unlock. So it takes 1 for the first one. It's either 2 of them or a special one to open up the second one. So you can open those traits up. But it's going to change with your ship. When you change your ships, you got to change these reputation points and stuff as well. Okay, so we now can spend our last point on the carpet ride. Oh, this is kind of cool. You gain a bonus to your ship output for each foe that's within 2 kilometers. You know, I like to get right up in there. Well, the bonus can stack up to 10 times maximum. Does not apply to mines, turrets, or targetable torpedoes. So it's only going to count toward the ships. That's going to be a plus 2 to 20% bonus, all damage per foe within 2 kilometers. I think you're going to be able to increase that amount in here. Or we could do the turn rate for 10 seconds after using it. We use that. That'll just gives a little bit more extra. So it's got 5 there, 5 up the top. Our next one's we're going to go to Miracle Worker. So you have a frequency refocuser, just going to activate any hit point heal, increase your critical hit chance for short durations. Then in bold, it's going to activating any whole heal will increase your critical hit chance for a shot duration. So while it's helping you heal, it's also helping you kill. So those will be some pretty awesome things to get on there. And then, of course, you have your Temple Operative. And it seems like some of these are AoEs you can cast into space, if I remember correctly. If you're wondering what an AoE is, an area of effect. And kit modules. Maybe it's not this one that gives you the area of effect. It does do really good stuff for your healing and your firing cycle rate. So definitely worth having. Yeah, phasic artillery. This is awesome. You can set up an artillery point, call it in, and it'll just start shooting massive explosions on the enemy ships. So that's going to be a good one to have. And counteroffensive. Yeah, so attrition warfare, this is going to reduce the amount of time it takes for your bridge officers to re-heal. So you definitely make sure you have a strategist on there. I mean, you're going to be able to really kick into some of those effects. So what is that talking about? It's talking about like your phaser overcharge, attack pattern, any of your overloads, your spreads, cannon volleys and stuff. It's going to increase the abilities of those. All these are level 1s. We have a couple that are coming to level 3, so we need to get this high yield up to a 3. I'd like to get the rapid cannons to a 3, cannon scatter volley to a 3. Don't give a crap about the tactical team. Might change it out with something else on that commander. That's what we're looking at right now. Repair 50,000 hull of teammates. So that is, once you hit Admiral rank, we're at 60. Once you hit that, folks, you're going to be able to do daily missions, which would be like repairs. Here's the primary mission right here is repair 50,000 hull of teammates. But I don't have anything to repair the hull yet. They will have those AoEs and different types of effects we can use. I don't think there's anything for a hull heal. We'll double check. So this affects friends and self, so we would be able to queue this up in battle around people. It's going to queue everybody up where it's going to help them heal, and you're going to be able to complete that mission. So that'd be cool. I like the ones that have like anti-proton damage or tetron damage. You just swap a few weapons around, and you can grind that out in one battle, man. It's pretty cool. Okay, we want to jump back into a random TFO here. Say right now, before I start running any more of the episodes, I'm waiting for our Discord guys to catch up because I want to run a lot of this, so Sphere of Influence will be the first one coming up. So someone would know if anyone wants to run Hive Onslaught on Elite. Okay, man. I'll just join up on a random. If it joins me to you, I'm down. I was pretty sure that we selected all of our... Oh, there's one missing here. Sweet. Alright. Well, while we're waiting on that door, let's look in here real quick. Zero discovery legend reputation points. So we could grind it for the dilithium ore if we wanted to. You know, it don't hurt to. We're going to need the dilithium anyway, so let's go ahead and fill that project up. We still got 4 hours and 15 minutes on this one that we can load up. It should have a list. And within that list, as you progress through the tiers, you're going to be able to pick out items to study up, and it'll give you the items to weapons and stuff like that. So we're up to 453 marks there, 180 here. Let's see what we've got in our duty officers here. Let's do that. Let's see if we can earn some dilithium in there. Nothing there. I think most of our guys are still on cooldown. Hey, we can get some energy credits. We'll grab that one. We'll grab some skill points maybe. Nope. So they're in cooldown. So if you go over to your roster, you'll be able to see what you have. We still got plenty of room in the roster, man. All right, looks like we're loading up in our TFO.
Welcome to Pariah 3. I'm Lieutenant John Vander. The mission is to infiltrate into the Hive.
Let's roll. Ground mission, bugs. Now, usually when I go into this mission, I've got kid shields and all kinds of good stuff. I'm going to take this off of auto. And take that off of auto. I might go on later and find me some plasma grenades or some concussive grenades or something. So they take that one out, it will notify the rest. If you don't take it out, you'll get some. Still got to kill him with a CZ demon and I get the swing.
Fire in the hole! Obstacle clear.
There, we went for the next explosion.
Fire in the hole! Clear to proceed.
Like I said, I kind of like this pistol better than I did the rifle. That I was talking about when you get too close to a wall, it makes your screen jump a little bit.
Fire in the hole! Area clear.
It sets up an area where people can go if they need to get help. It also kind of works as a distraction for the bugs. They will automatically go for heals for the stations.
Scans show that we need to jump down this narrow fissure in the rock.
Sure.
Be careful. I don't know what's waiting for us at the bottom.
Kind of do this. Things are going flying around.
According to our scans, there's a tunnel under us. Give me a moment. I'll clear a path. Fire in the hole! Watch that first step.
Where'd it go?
I think I can get us across. Cover me!
They hit him from that angle. Should be getting close to the Queen Chamber, or Spawn Mother, or whatever it's called. There we go. So trip. Over stride. Do something about that spitter. Bad guy.
Killed the Spawn Mother. That's gonna...
Yeah, we didn't pick our stuff quick enough. We'll pick it when we get back from the thing. Okay, we have Delta Alliance. We have Iconian Resistance. We're going to go with the Iconian. Of course, we're going to be able to come in here, open up our crate. Right, and
And you're going to need a lot of discovery marks or whatever trademark you want. So it don't hurt to kind of pick a primary, and then you can feed into the secondary as you need to. Okay. We'll run to the restroom real quick. Betty. No, that's fine. Alrighty. Look at so because we have opened up specializations, I don't think we get any more of these space or ground skills. Now we could have just focused on one line. So we have engineering, we could have focused on this and come straight in. It would have gave us weapon subsystem power, auxiliary subsystem power, and EPS corruptions, weakening corruptions. That's something that you can do. So you can come in, retrain skills, just focus on one line if you want to. I mean, if I had to say choose from one, my guess would be tactical. So that's something you could pull away from. But understand, then you would be pulling away from your bus. So these are just your base skills. The rest of it will make up in specializations. Lots of options there, man. Go check my coffee water. See if it's ready here. It is not. Let me get that taken care of. Let me back up to that real quick on the skill set. You know, when it comes to space skills, you're probably going to open up more engineering options. You know, I just hate to get rid of like shield hardness. You could do damage control and stuff, but you miss out on some of those abilities. I was thinking, you know, if you come up just recently, spec everything way up, you do get some increases. We'll wait for a retrain token to open up, and then I think we're going to just focus on one or the other. We are using engineers, so it'd be nice to just use engineering. Because there's quite a bit of stuff up here. If you just focus on one tier. I never noticed that before. What is it, Puffy? You gonna let me take you out or what? So you want to check in, you will see event campaigns that come up. They will appear over here. So we missed the Pavo event. So there will be 5 more. Typically you have to run all 6 events to qualify for the grand prizes. That used to say or, it's saying and. It's got them linked together now. So that's going to be cool to get those three big rewards in there. Say it's up to you. If you're going to spend money on the game, you're better off to, you know, come in and do the second chance. Let's see, this was called the Defensive Pavo. Then you can go in the second chance, be able to come in and do an event buyout. So here's the Pavo event, and of course they had the first contact event, so there'll be about 5,000 there. Which would be about $5 to get caught up. And of course, you have an anniversary, 14th anniversary event buyout that you can get. It looks like it's got some kind of a ship there. Up to you if you want to do that. That'd be $6 for that. But that's the way I would buy stuff with Zen, to open things. I definitely recommend if you are interested in getting some ships, you can find so much stuff on here. So when you come in here to ships, you can buy bundles also, but bundles you usually only have 3 or 4, and it's going to cost you, $10 to $20 for something like that. You could come in and pick a faction. Now understand, in order, if you're any cross faction play, you'll have to buy this 2,000. It used to be once you hit rank 65, it automatically allows you to play any ship, you know, as far as factions go. It's going to show you need that until you don't need it. So the non-aligned, you can use those. I am using the Temporal Raider. So I think it's this one here, the Flight Deck Carrier. It moves pretty good. It doesn't have a lot of weapons, though, if I recall. Let's see here. It does have some pretty good stuff, though. It's got, okay, so it has 5 weapons. Don't know about the aft. Let's see, 3. Device slots 4.
tells you what your consoles are. So you have one lieutenant commander tactical, a lieutenant commander engineering, one commander engineering, and one lieutenant science. Then you have a ensign universal. So it could be a good ship if that's something you're looking at. That is, of course, up to you. These here, you don't have to worry about the cross-faction that I'm aware of. Like I said, once you hit that top rank, you don't need that huge ship. So we could actually come in here and go with a Jem'Hadar if we wanted to. So one of the coolest ships that I used to like using was the Heavy Raider, which is great to support carriers. It's pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's the greatest ship out there, but is it this one here? Now the Racon Destroyer. That thing is like very maneuverable, does a great job, but you do get those wingmen when you use the Heavy Raider, so that's a great ship if you're looking at wanting to buy something. But said you can come in and just kind of look and see what all they got. There's a prototype light exploration cruiser. You can change your bridge. Shows all the ships here. Of course, like I said, you have your ship bundles you can look at. Some of them are more expensive than others. Some of them will have like legendary battlecruiser. It's going to have any legendary battlecruiser for Starfleet or the Klingon factions. Of course, legendary Romulan warbirds, the Galaxy Pack, which will be Starfleet. Back in the day on Xbox, I went with the KDF battleships, and I also used that's Andorian pack that they had in here. Yeah, right there it is, Andorian Kamari vessels. That's a pretty nice vessel, I ain't gonna lie. I wish that it would cross over here, but that may be something that I would look at getting in the events when you can pick a ship. After you run through all these events, it takes about 6 months and you'll be able to earn a ship. You can earn them a lot quicker than that, but I'm talking about a really nice in-game ship. That's going to cost you, $60 to use or something like that. If you want to buy it in here, you can pick one up for free by running those. But some pretty cool stuff. I mean, they've got some really cool looking ships in here. I think that's new. Dyson KDF Science Destroyer. I've not seen that one. I wonder what type of weapons is on that thing. And then, of course, American War Defense. But they have those different things throughout Starfleet or whatever. Okay, I need to check our reputation, see if anything's completed yet. Be a no on that. Go ahead and run this one. 19 hours. We've got a new Romulus equipment requisition. Cool, we'll check that out in a second. Undine marks. Iconian marks. Let's see what we got. Come on, be some weapons. And freaking pistol. And another sniper rifle. Pulse wave assault. 131 plasma damage. 105.2 DPS. That's not bad. Alright, we got it if we need it. Wow, that was quick. Like I say, the more you join, the faster you're going to get put in there. And if you ever quit early, like say, oh, I'm done, and leave in the middle of it, it puts you to the bottom of the list, so you'll be one of the last people to actually team up until you build those ratings back up. So those top players like to join it, and leave people hanging. They hardly ever get joined up in a TFO anymore. Did that say the Romulan Imperial minefield?
Our intelligence services have discovered an Imperial Romulan...
Okay. There must be a lot of people trying to grind out Romulan market, because this is like the second time I've seen this one come up, so... I gotta remember to hit this in battle so we can heal people up. Get those points. Complete our daily mission.
Have cloaked mines next to the transports. Keep an eye out. Excellent work against those frigates. Just a few more to go.
Can't see them little fighters, so they send little tractor fighters out.
Job isn't over yet.
And you can manually travel to Rally Point when it has a two-part mission like that, or just hit X and it takes you straight over there to it, which is what I recommend doing. Got it.
Facility Beta is safe.
It's the race to the finish.
Facility Alpha is back online. The Falcata will probably...
That gave us fleet marks. That's fine. We always use them. An armored environmental suit. Sweet. We'll have to equip that. And type protein, high density vegan. Okay, we'll do car mark sometime. But this is how you get your in-game gear. I mean, we're leveling stuff up with purple. We're updating what we have as well. It's armored. Stuff on there. It's got its purple gear there. Then, of course, we're going to work on getting these kits up. But most of these I'm going to open up in the reputation line. So. I do want to go over here to see if I can find some sort of a grenade, though, because the orbital strike's nice, but I need something to get some more firepower out there quicker, man. We can earn exo comps and stuff in the game, but so that's our armored look there. Let's go ahead and look for a captain. Turn that off. Okay, so when you come over to the exchange, again, that's going to cost you energy credits. You should be earning that as you're blowing stuff up, as you're running through your reputations and stuff as well. Coming up into your duty officers, that's going to earn you some of that stuff as well. So you can look in if you want to look at, hey, you know what, I want to have energy credits. There might be some loaded in there. Skill sets. Okay, let's get that assessment. Maybe we can get us a new duty officer. And you can pick them up in the exchange in different star bases as well. So here's where you would find some duty officers. You would look to see exactly what it is you're needing and then purchase them in there. I want to look for kits. Personal equipment kits, personal devices as well. Okay, these are going to be junk. Okay, let's look at the kits here.
There will be a short downtime for the exchange at 1400 hours.
Okay, let's see. Expedition Engineering Kit. Combat Structure Engineering Kit, Mark 12. So these are going to build board combat structures. Those are pretty cool, man. That's expensive. Yeah, so we got to continue on, man. I think the cap is 2 billion on this game. 2 billion energy credits, and you will earn that up pretty quick. Just keep running at it. Yeah, you can usually find better deals once you join a fleet. A lot of fleets, once you donate so much, you progress up into the fleet rank. It used to do it automatically. I don't know how that works inside now, if it's controlled by people or what. But they rank you up, then it gives you access to what they call fleet gear, which is where people just take it up all their duty officers and kits and stuff that they're not using of all kinds of ranks. Usually they have where it has to be rare or very rare to epic, and you can throw it into a slot. And then of course your blues and stuff that you didn't find those as well. We can look at personal device and see if there's any kind of grenade in here, but they will not be rechargeable. It's going to be something you have to buy more of. Data chips. Wow, I can't believe people are actually selling triples. Let's change the sorting. Yeah. Okay, so it is now 7 o'clock in the morning. I am going to end our stream here. I'm going to try to get up with some of our guys in Discord today and see how they're coming along. And hopefully we can do some joint streams tonight. Y'all have a wonderful day.